guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so we're back with another how to read your birth chart video. So just to go over what we learnt in the basic how to read a birth chart video, I highly recommend that you watch that video before watching this one because it's going to make a lot more sense and then you're going to be able to follow along with me. But then again, it depends on how much you know about astrology. So there's that. But in the basic how to read a birth chart, we talked about planets, we talked about signs, houses, elements, symbols, glyphs, modalities, planetary powers, and we were able to develop some sort of system or way or strategy that was best for us in order to learn all of them and have them all really spread out in front of us for when it comes to looking at a birth chart. Now, I did say that with the intermediate videos, we were going to do the interceptions, retrogrades, stelliums, the chart ruler, and the dominant signs and planets in one video. But because of how long it might be, I decided to split it up into two separate videos with the intermediate. In today's video, we're going to look at interceptions and retrogrades. And then with the next one, it'll be the stelliums, as well as the chart ruler and the dominant signs and planets. So let's start off by addressing interceptions. First thing with interceptions is that if you have an interception, it automatically means that you have a duplication or duplicate signs in your chart. I personally think that these two things, interceptions along with duplications and then retrogrades, I personally think that they should be one of the first things to look for when it comes to reading a chart. Because let's say, for example, you have Saturn in the sign of Pisces in your 4th house, and that's the first thing to pop out at you when you're reading a chart. But if the sign of Pisces is intercepted, making the opposite sign Virgo intercepted as well, along with Saturn that's going to be intercepted, well, let's just say, guys, it's going to make a huge difference to that birth chart, to the chart that you're reading. And of course, if you look and Saturn is in retrograde, same statement applies. There's going to be a difference, basically. Alright, so let's get into this. I'm going to show you the difference between a non-intercepted chart and an intercepted chart. I would just like to highlight here that there are other systems that astrologers use within astrology. I have used the whole sign system. I have used the equal house system. I've played around with both of these systems, and then also Placidus. I enjoy all three, but for the purpose of these videos, we're looking at Placidus. Okay. So this is the chart that does not have any interceptions. What you'll see here is that each house, so these lines here are the houses. There are 12 of them. As you can see, each house aligns with a sign. Okay? It's aligning all the signs. No interceptions. Then we have a chart that does have interceptions. We notice here, yep, there's a line with a sign. There's a line with a sign. Line with a sign. Oh, look here. No, see, this line, this is the 4th house, that's not connecting with this one. Aquarius is a symbol for Aquarius. Leo, opposite. There is no house aligning with either of these signs. It's as though these signs are being swallowed up, in a way, by the houses. Aquarius and Leo are intercepted. Aquarius is intercepted in the 3rd house then, because this is the house that Aquarius is swallowed up in. Leo is intercepted in the 9th house because Leo is swallowed up in this house as well. So what I did is on the side, I wrote Leo intercepted in the 9th house and Aquarius intercepted in the 3rd house. And also, guys, if a planet is in an intercepted sign, that automatically means that that planet is also intercepted. We see here that Saturn, this is the symbol for Saturn. Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius, but because Aquarius is intercepted, like we said, Saturn is also intercepted in the chart. So I wrote there, Saturn intercepted. Lastly guys, if two signs are intercepted in the chart, so in this situation, Leo and Aquarius, it automatically means that two signs in the chart are doing double duty. These right here are the duplicate signs. This is the duplications, as we were saying. So when we look at this chart, okay, we notice Aries has two houses coming at it, right? It's ruling two houses. And when we look across at the opposite sign of Aries, it's Libra. And we also see that Libra is ruling two houses as well. The 5th and the 6th are being ruled by Aries. That's a double duty by Aries. And then the 11th and the 12th are being ruled by Libra. So that's Libra doing double duty as well. Then I wrote here again, Aries ruling the 5th and the 6th houses, and Libra ruling the 11th and 12th houses. Just to conclude then guys, we have Aquarius and Leo. They're intercepted in the 3rd and 9th houses. And then Saturn is also intercepted because Saturn is in Aquarius. And then Aries is ruling the 5th and the 6th houses. And then Libra is ruling the 11th and 12th houses. But still, I'm sure you're wondering, what does it even mean, Hannah? What even is an interception? In the simplest of terms, if you do have an interception, this is intercepted signs mean that the qualities of that sign have difficulty coming out of you. And the reason for why this is because within your early environment or growing up, the qualities associated with that sign were either not taught or not really understood. It just suggests that during your early development, there wasn't really enough support being provided to you in order to develop the qualities associated with that sign. In my basics video, I did talk about how when a sign rules a house, it's like the director of that stage set. Well, when it comes to interceptions, it might be that, well, when there's no planets, okay, when there's no planets in any of those signs that are intercepted, whilst yes, the sign before is directing themselves within that scene, as I talked about, yet there is still a part of their character that is difficult to access, let's just say, due to it not being learned or taught. But when it comes to intercepted planets, it's perhaps that the energies or the functions associated with that planet, maybe they have been bottled up, and where the person, like if you have an intercepted planet, maybe you were not allowed to bring out those functions, or you were sort of made to keep them in check, keep them all in. Possibly it could even be that you repressed these things. So what might happen is that when it comes to you, now this can be in relation to either the intercepted sign or the intercepted planet, it might happen where things just eventually come to a head where you let out the qualities associated with the signs, or you let out the energies associated with the planet, but it comes out in a really abrupt way. Try to think of it as if you're going to grab a bottle of sparkling water. I just say this because I love sparkling water. And you're going to pick it from the shelf and you think, oh, it's gonna be fine, but then you go to open it and just fizzes up. Just fizzes up, and you're like, why? Just, yeah. So when it comes to this analogy about the planets being actors and the signs being characters, right? With the signs, the intercepted signs, it's as though there's part of their character that they can't access. But with the intercepted planets, it's as if the sign that comes before the intercepted sign, it's trying to direct that planet or get it onto the stage, but it just doesn't want to come onto the stage at all. It's just like, I don't want to do this today. I'm not going. And the director, the sign before, is like, get your ass on this stage. You have a job to do. Get here. Like, I'm done with you. At least the intercepted sign, it's just kind of like, you know, at least they're trying here. They're trying to get in the character and I can work with them, but you're just not showing up at all. Come on, do your job. I hope that made sense. But you know what, guys? Not all hope is lost, because, get this, there's ways out of this. There are ways out of these interceptions. Let's look at an example here so you can read your chart or anybody else's chart who may have an interception or intercepted planet, and then we will come to a solution. We're going to use the chart that I just showed you that has the Leo and Aquarius interception in the 3rd and 9th houses, along with Saturn being intercepted. Just make sure to have all of your information out, so your diagrams, your tables, your keywords, whatever system you have that's good for you. Step 1 in this process: go to the signs before Leo and Aquarius. So in this instance, sign before Leo is Cancer. Sign before Aquarius is Capricorn. Step 2. Which houses do they rule? Cancer rules the 9th house, as we can see. Capricorn rules the 3rd house. So like I said, this means that Leo and Aquarius are intercepted in the 3rd and 9th houses. Step 3. What are the qualities or characteristics of Leo and Aquarius, and what area of life does the 9th and 3rd houses represent? Step 4 is to see if any planets are intercepted, and of course, as we have already discovered, Saturn is intercepted within this chart because it's in Aquarius and Aquarius is intercepted. Step 5. The next step is for those directors being Cancer and Capricorn, because they're the signs before these intercepted signs. It is up to them to do their damn job and get Leo and Aquarius into character and to get Saturn onto that freaking stage and act. Let's start by breaking it all down in order to build it all up. Leo. Leo is the sign that says, look at me, I'm center stage. It's charismatic, it's playful, fun, warm-hearted. Aquarius is the sign that says, I am different, I'm original, I want to rebel, but I'm also highly innovative and somewhat genius. And both of these signs, they both speak for matters of the heart, because whilst Leo is giving towards their close family or the ones they love, Aquarius is giving to humanity. Whilst Leo wants to be appreciated for their heart, Aquarius wants to be appreciated for their mind. Meaning, guys, that with these signs being intercepted, it could be suggested that this person isn't so in touch with their playful side, their fun side. Maybe they don't feel like center stage in their world, nor do they feel all that original or unique. Possibly it could be that this person doesn't even feel a sense of purpose or as though they are appreciated for being themselves. Alright, so we talked about Leo and Aquarius. Let's take it a step further. Leo is intercepted in the 9th house. What's the 9th house? It's higher learning, philosophy, long distance travel, religion, belief systems, purpose, meaning, even law. So when we combine this, okay, we're combining, this suggests that this person might find it difficult to believe in a meaning or purpose that resonates with them. They might struggle to find joy in higher learning. Maybe they run into situations possibly with the law, because it seems like the moment that they want to break out and shine, right, they want to shine their light, they might go too far and get into trouble. Or it could be that this person, maybe they try to find their purpose through long distance travel, but yet they still feel very lost. They're not quite sure of which direction to take, and so they don't feel all that fulfilled. They might think to themselves that, yeah, long distance travel is going to make me feel good, make me feel special, make me feel appreciated, but then they find out that it just doesn't fulfill them at all. So let's take it a step further. Aquarius intercepted in the 3rd house. What's the 3rd house? Early education, communication, siblings, neighbors, short distance travel. It could be suggested that this person doesn't quite know where they fit in when it comes to their siblings. They may feel like the oddball out of them, but they don't feel unique for it. Instead, they feel like the outcast, that no one gets them. Same when it comes to their early education. Perhaps how they learned was overlooked. They were not seen or acknowledged as a genius, but more too out there, or possibly even made to feel dumb or stupid. resulting in this person thinking that maybe they're not all that bright and smart. Perhaps their siblings and neighbors just don't seem to understand them, and this can possibly result in this person rebelling against their siblings and neighbors, or even within the early schooling, though these are just some possible examples. So let's take it a step further after that, right? We're breaking this down before we're connecting it all. Saturn intercepted in the 3rd house. Saturn is responsibility, time, structure, authority. It's associated with our father figure, and it's to do with limits and restrictions. Now, with Saturn being intercepted, it could be suggested that there are issues with the father. Maybe their father was absent, either physically or mentally, emotionally even. Whatever it was, there was something to do with the father that perhaps instilled in this person that maybe they weren't good enough, or could be that maybe they couldn't learn how to set limits or boundaries for themselves. Basically could have resulted in this person not feeling very supported by their father. Then further result in this person not caring so much about anything, or it could be that they were forced to structure themselves. They were forced to grow up faster, where they were like, right, okay, I don't have this presence in my life, so I'm just going to just get on with it, but at the same time this kills me inside because I'm not being given the support that I need. But they still maybe feel overlooked, or as if they're not good enough in their father's eyes, or maybe it could be even that they were overlooked by authority figures, just other authority figures in their lives. So if we combine all of this information together, could it be suggested that this person struggled when it came to communicating, right? Communicating 3rd house with their father. Was their father perhaps absent mentally? Were they extremely detached from them? Maybe they never had that father-daughter or father-son conversation with one another. Maybe they didn't like authority figures growing up and instantly would resist any form of authority or power over them. It could have been the likes of teachers, right? Because early education, so it could have been within the early schooling. Is it possible that their father was even giving more attention to other siblings, leaving them feeling rejected and abandoned? Or it could be that the father took many short trips away, leaving this person to fend for themselves, where they were forced to grow up. Just perhaps the relationship with their father was the reason for why this person rebelled. And if we combine this 3rd with the 9th house, because this is the thing, guys, when you break all these things down, you have to combine them again, glue them together and connect them. So when we combine this 3rd and 9th house, could it be that this person wants to run away? They want to run away from all of these 3rd house problems with Saturn, right? Saturn in the 3rd house being intercepted, they just want to run away from it all through the 9th house, where they may think that they're going to feel appreciated and wanted. It might be like, look at me, Dad, look at me, I'm traveling the world. Do you see me now? Do you see me now? All right, step 6, guys. Let's address these signs that are ruling the 3rd and 9th houses. We've got Capricorn ruling that 3rd house, and we've got Cancer ruling the 9th. Now with Capricorn ruling the 3rd house, this is where we notice the caution when it comes to communication. This is where we notice how serious they are around siblings and neighbors. This person learned that instead of being different or unique, they formed a hardness around them where they keep themselves under control always, as they refuse to let their siblings in and refuse to open up, because their father didn't show them support. And so they learned that other people aren't going to show support either, and that why it's like, I don't want to burden you with my problems or my worries or anything. I'm just going to keep to myself. I don't want to tell you because I've never been shown support about these things anyway, so who else is going to help me? It doesn't matter. They may think that everybody goes through all these things anyway. I'm no different. There's nothing special or different about me anyway. So the problems I have, I'm just going to keep them in. Keep them to myself. Nobody's going to care what I have to say. 3rd house. Communication. Then if we look at Cancer ruling this 9th house, this is where we notice the emotional and nurturing qualities when it comes to the 9th house. So is it possible that one of the core reasons for why this person may decide to go off and travel the world, is it this emotional fulfillment that they think they will gain? Feel like their emotional needs aren't being met, because part of their emotional needs is that they are craving to be appreciated and loved inwardly. They are probably a very highly and nurturing individual, great with kids and animals, but when it comes to themselves, we discover that ultimately they're not running away from their father. They're not running away from responsibility. They're not even running away from their siblings or their neighbors. Heck, they're not even running away from issues that they have with their mother, seeing as the moon is in the 9th house there. No, 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 no. They are actually running away from themselves. And this right here is the biggest lesson that they have to swallow. Alright, so we've went through the steps of breaking them all down and then you combine them all up. That's just one example, alright? However you choose to do it, it's up to you guys, it's up to you. But the main thing is I've showed you what an interception is, so you can locate it on your chart. But step 7 is how to unlock your interceptions. First, locate the planets that rule those signs in astrology. In this case, Leo and Aquarius are intercepted, meaning that we're going to be locating the Sun, Saturn, and Uranus. Basically, this is the director locating the actors and calling on them for help. Like, come on, Saturn may be intercepted. So yeah, Saturn's still kind of shy, stage fright. But Uranus and the Sun, come on, help us out. What's interesting is that this person, okay, this person has their Sun in Capricorn. There it is, Sun in Capricorn. And they also have Uranus in Capricorn as well. The Sun and Uranus aren't too far away, right? Alright, Sun in Capricorn in the 2nd house. What does that tell us in some simple terms? This right here is about the person taking responsibility when it comes to self-value, stability, security, income, and possessions. They are supposed to create for themselves a financial situation that feels right for them, that they are the proud owner of. A situation that makes them feel stable and secure, where they can gladly say, this is mine. I achieved this, and so I appreciate myself for what I've created. It's about them validating themselves and understanding what they value, what matters to them. It's about them going out to achieve these things for themselves. Uranus in Capricorn in the 3rd house. Quite interesting, isn't it? How, yes, Aquarius might be intercepted, but Uranus is still in that 3rd house, right? So the energy's there. It is there. It's there, but they need to believe that it is. They need to accept that it is. So they gotta acknowledge their brilliant mind, that they have a special gift and a message that they can communicate to humanity because they feel that it is their duty, their responsibility to do so. Maybe this message is in relation to all the things that they've went through and they've experienced in their lives. But the biggest thing is that they're taking all that they've learned and they're going to deliver this to the world. I mean, this is even Saturn in Aquarius, and it's accessing that part. It's being able to dig deeper and come out of that state, out of those feelings of unworthiness, and bring it to humanity, spread their knowledge, spread their wisdom even, saying, look, we go through these things and I want to help. I want to help. It's about them helping change the lives of others by providing them with insight that can really help them, sharing their big and bright ideas with others in this way that can let others in. Another way then to unlock these interceptions is to do with these duplications, okay? This is how the interceptions are connected with the duplications. We're gonna locate which signs are performing double duty. Remember, Aries rules both the 5th and the 6th house, and then Libra rules both the 11th and the 12th house, which is quite interesting because Leo rules the 5th house in astrology and Aquarius rules the 11th house, and it's clear here that the 5th and the 11th are already coming in wanting to help with the Leo Aquarius interception because there's connectivity. Aries ruling that 5th house. This person might find their unique self-expression through children, through sports. They might find fun and play by being active with children. I mean, they could be an amazing babysitter or like primary school teacher because they have a Cancer moon and they also have Saturn in that 3rd house, and that can make them great at teaching because of how they'll be so patient when it comes to these things. Sure, Saturn is intercepted, but there's just because there's interceptions, it doesn't mean the person is doomed, like they'll never be able to access that part. They will. There are other parts of that chart that are instantly helping. They might even fight on behalf of children with Aries ruling their 5th house. It's about them being their own hero or heroine, to start standing up for themselves by taking lead of how they choose to express themselves. And then we have Aries in the 6th house. So they might also fight on behalf of animals. They might enjoy spontaneous jobs. They might perform really well under pressure or by doing risky jobs. They can take action when it comes to their health and their well-being. Again, this can suggest that they're going to work really well with children, with this double Aries. The work and service being the 6th house, the 5th house being with children, right? And then we go opposite, Libra ruling the 11th house. So friends can help them along the way. Friends can really listen to this person. Friends can help this person open up. They can show this person that they are on their side. It might even be as simple as this person feeling like they just need a friend. And when they find the right groups of people or friends or relationships, whatever that might be, maybe they're going to really help them, support them. And lastly, guys, we have Libra ruling the 12th house. So it could be suggested that this person might be afraid of making the wrong decisions. But they gotta realize that if they don't make a decision, right, that is still them making a decision. Because that's the thing, not making a decision about something is still you making a decision. But ultimately, guys, I think with this whole interception and just blending all of this together and trying to find ways to help this person, it's about them accepting their inner beauty. It's about them validating who they are on the inside, as we were saying earlier. They're running away from themselves. They have to validate who they are internally. Ultimately, guys, it's about this person developing an inner understanding of fairness and equality. And I think that by doing that, it's also gonna help them open up to other people. And when they open up with other people, they are gonna show that support that this person does crave, that they want those relationships, okay? This person is just pushing everybody out of their lives and just doesn't want to let anyone in. They think that nobody else gets them, nobody else is gonna understand. Why bother? Why bother? I don't care. But they do care. They do care because they crave that closeness with other people, and they want to be appreciated and admired for who they are. They gotta bring down those walls, but before they can bring down those walls, they have to accept that there's something within them that they gotta address. Okay, so that was basically interceptions and just how you can locate your interceptions and the ways in which you can unlock the interception, right? To sort of help with them. But moving on to the retrogrades. Okay, I'll show you a chart that has 5 retrogrades happening in it. So when you look on astro.com, if there's a little R here beside the planet, it means retrograde. So Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto are all retrograde. Then we locate on the chart the symbols, say, over, okay? Venus up here, Pluto down here, Jupiter here, Neptune and Uranus. The first thing to keep in mind is that the Sun and Moon never go retrograde. And Mercury goes retrograde the most out of all the planetary bodies, with going retrograde 3 times a year. So what exactly are retrogrades? Retrogrades are when the energies of the planet are turned inward and they become more subjective. Try to imagine it now like the actor or the planet. As they go to act, it's very introspective, and so their movements are slower as they think more deeply. So let's say, for example, you have Jupiter and it's in retrograde in your birth chart. This is what I personally have in my own chart. So what's Jupiter, first of all? Look that up. Jupiter is about expansion. Jupiter is about teaching, it's about seeking, it's about freedom, it's about preaching, it's about philosophy. And Jupiter goes retrograde once a year. So if you have Jupiter retrograde in your birth chart, it could be suggested that you possess a highly philosophical mind. And by that I mean your inner world, your inner life is really expansive, where you have your own set of beliefs and you don't really give in to the set of beliefs that your parents have or had. Jupiter is also about fortune and luck, and so if you have Jupiter retrograde, you might not feel all that lucky or fortunate on the outside world. So you make your own. Maybe you procrastinate, maybe you're not sure of which direction to go, what's the next step, and so you end up not getting anywhere. It's about you really accepting that you're a free spirit and that you're not here to follow in anybody else's footsteps. Now, of course, it's good to see which sign Jupiter is in your chart and which house Jupiter is in. Now, I personally have Jupiter retrograde in Virgo in my 12th house. So with this, it could be suggested that my philosophical mind is turning inward and it's analyzing everything. It's wanting to critique the set of beliefs that I have, constantly finding error or fault in what my beliefs are, right? Maybe I find fault in believing in my intuition, like maybe I struggle with that, and I do. I do. But it's interesting because over the past few weeks, after even speaking with Starborn Earthseed here on YouTube, my intuition has gotten so much better. I've been improving on it a lot more, and I've been telling myself, Hannah, you are an intuitive being, you're intuitive, and just giving myself those affirmations that I am intuitive. It could even be suggested here that I find it difficult believing in karma and past lives. And I've made a video before about the 12th house of like, how do you know? How do you know past lives exist? How do you know about karma and all of this? How do you know? Again, guys, this is just me. This is just me. So yeah, that was just a quick example of Jupiter retrograde in my own chart, because of course Virgo is to do with critiquing and analyzing, and in the 12th house it's to do with karma and spirituality, and it's also to do with the collective unconscious. I hope you're able to notice how the Jupiter retrograde being introspective, right, trying to sort of critique and observe and analyze all these 12th house matters ultimately. That's the interceptions with the duplicated signs and then also retrogrades. In the next video, we're going to be looking at stelliums, we're going to be looking at the chart ruler and dominant signs and planets. I hope you find this video to be helpful. I hope you learned something from it. Really do, because guys, I know there's still so much information. It can be a lot to process. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching as always, and I'll be back with that other video very, very soon. Bye!